from our makeshift. We're live on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It looks a bit grey. Why does it look so grey?
Oh, we are on the wonk.
We are not the right way round.
Okay, excellent.
You
Sorry,
need to.
Facebook,
We're going to
we're
need to
just
stop
gonna
that and then like turn it one way and then the other.
It did have a message saying you might not be able to. It said that you can't rotate video while going live.
You can't.
Here previously.
I think you might have to stop it and start it again.
I got a feeling this might not work. Rotate your iPhone. You can't turn your phone while recording.
Excellent. So
Yeah,
we're
you have
gonna
to stop it
start.
and start it again. Yeah.
We live on you? No, we're not live on YouTube yet. Yes, we are. No, we're not.
Are we?
Yes,
We are. Why are we grey?
We are so grey.
Oh, 1 second. I'm going to try and fix that.
Don't panic, everybody. We have realised just how dark, grey we look and sad. So we're just going to try and up the colour a little bit.
Right, so. There you go. How's that?
How easy is it to colour grade a live stream? Well, we're just about to find out. It's a couple of seconds.
And some settings.
Damn, there we go.
Look, it now looks like we're in the real world
It does.
rather than a flat profile.
ToastBrot97, we did forget to slap a lot on. Indeed. No, we didn't. We just, in fact, what happened?
What happened was that we were using, I guess it's the same as using a LUT. We were using a flat profile. I think we were using S-Log on our Sony, and we wanted Rec 709. Who's
and
this?
we're here.
It's Ollie.
All right.
Hi, Facebook.
There's a lot of leg showing on the face on the
There's
Facebook.
a lot of
There's
legs.
a lot of leg.
Just gonna,
Sorry, everybody.
you don't want to see these hairy legs.
No.
What's it looking like on YouTube? It's not that I'm vain or anything. It's all knee.
Oh, yeah,
Looking good.
No, not me. Knee.
Oh, me. I see.
I broke this knee playing football with the FX Home crew. They left me
Fun story.
in pain.
Tell us how.
It was a terrible weekend. But
Mark,
they're otherwise nice people.
what
It
have you
wasn't a
guys been
malicious
doing?
attack, just saying that as well. It was an accident. Okay, cool.
With
How's
bats.
it going? Yeah.
Marcus Contolis says, "Where is my Thor?" Well,
Well.
No,
No.
I won't let the hair down.
There he is. Ollie never lets his hair down. He's very uptight.
Only for camera.
we've already had so many people asking for a Fortnite video.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, we
Sounds
went to VidCon last week, except for Josh, and everybody was talking about Fortnite. So,
They were.
you know,
Ollie, do you play
potentially someone
Fortnite?
should
Every now and then,
check
but
it
my
out.
computer is ghastly and can't actually play it. So
Ollie needs to get a better computer.
he does.
We'll be starting a Kickstarter for that later.
Yeah.
Donate whatever you can.
Yeah. Every little helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So essentially, the theming of this live stream that we thought we would go with this time around is VidCon, because obviously we were just there. We know that not a huge number of
I wasn't there
our-
either, so it'll be very confusing for me.
Not a huge number of our users have the opportunity to go to VidCon, and it's quite an exciting event to go to. So if you have any questions about it, we'd be more than happy to answer them on this live stream for next year, because of course the next one will be 2019. But
Apart from the ones that are outside the US, right?
Yeah.
Not that I know anything about
actually, Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Europe
Next
one.
year is going to be their 10-year one, and they're going to be doing one in London. So
In London?
That could be cool, yeah.
Wow.
Much easier
I
to
might
get
even
to
get
for
to go
us.
to that one.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Kuldeep Noan says, "Hello, I'm the biggest fan of yours. Remember me from India? I also commented in the last Q&A. I do remember you because you have an interesting name.
Oh,
Kuldeep.
well, there you go.
And because he's a big fan of
And
HitFilm.
because you're a big fan of HitFilm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Saved it. Cool.
Bobby Irianto on Facebook
Oh,
says,
it's on my
hello.
body.
Hello.
On there.
Please
Hello, on
excuse
Facebook.
the number of legs
Damn.
because the angle's a little
The
bit...
number of
The
legs.
number
We
of
have
legs.
exactly the appropriate number of legs.
Yeah.
The only option would be have less, not more.
Mind Attack 412 says, greetings HitFilm crew. I am just a small YouTuber with no money and a passion for film and audio. I want to express my gratitude to you and everyone who developed this amazing software.
It's only going to get better.
Thank
You're
you
very
very
welcome.
much.
And yes, it is getting better. So
Yeah, that's what we do.
stay tuned.
Before we forget,
Um,
for those of you who've just come onto the live stream, because we forgot to do this last time,
Can you hear
my
us
name's
as well?
Kirsty.
I'm
This is
I'm Josh.
I'm Ollie.
And this is Ollie.
Ta-da!
And we are your HitFilm team for today. And we will
Bam.
be answering your questions.
And can you hear us on YouTube? Which is what I'm curious about. I'm pretty sure you can, but just want to check.
The microphone is right here.
It is. It really don't touch it.
The perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect mic.
Boom, boom.
Mic height.
Manic KM says, you go live every time I have to get ready for work. I'm really sorry. Or, it might be a good thing if you're getting ready for work, but if you have to go to work, let
People
us know.
generally get ready to go.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
They're not all like hyper, like 4 hours before work, like you, Kirsty, like straighten the tie. I'm ready. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting here for work.
I am very excited
how I
about
know.
going to work, that's true.
Exactly right.
Vozio says, hit
Hi
film
there.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Sorry. You
Although
might agree.
I like the variety of the spaceships in Star Trek quite a lot. Star Wars, you just got like, I know there's a big variety, but like Star Trek has like huge different sizes and all sorts of different things, and I think it plays with the idea that different civilizations create completely different things that are totally unrelated to each other. Whereas Star Wars is kind of like in a galaxy far, far away, everything's exactly the same. Everyone's got the same stuff, kind of thing. I think it plays more with that concept in Star Trek. But yeah,
There you go.
I could be completely wrong, but yeah, I believe that is true.
Ward Productions says, yes, very good software, especially for people with a low budget. Just a little tricky to learn for absolute beginners, but I'm getting better. And one of you have also asked about having a beginner's tutorial. So we are looking at doing things that are kind of more catered towards people just starting out. But for now, there's a really good YouTube channel called, is it called Trium? No, it's called
Triumph Visual.
HitFilm University?
HitFilm University.
It's called HitFilm University, and currently he's got a really in-depth tutorial that we so far have been unable to make. It's very long, very, very in-depth, and that is for absolute beginners. He shows you every aspect of the editing screen and the compositing screen.
It's a series of tutorials.
A series?
So like it'll be several hours worth of content on like the interface and doing very, very basic things. So it's worth going and checking that out. If you type in HitFilm Essentials, that's the name of the series.
Oh,
So
cool. And we'll be doing more of that stuff. If only we had like an amazing tutorial maker coming here to be in our Norwich office with us.
We could
If only
announce that.
someone could come. Are we allowed to announce it yet?
I believe so. It's all
It's
set
official.
up and ready to go.
Well then, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll take this. This is exciting news. So you guys know that Javert from Inkscape Digital
Javert!
worked for us on an internship a while ago.
He's in the
We-
comments
might
now.
appear.
Don't interrupt
You say his
the
name.
bit.
Sorry.
It's an announcement.
It is an announcement. He was here on an internship about 10 months ago. We've been trying to get him back ever since because he's a fantastic guy. And his visa has just come through, so we're going to be getting Javert over to work with us full time from Washington, D.C. into the Norwich office. And we could not be more excited.
And if you could actually see my knuckles, they're all cut to ribbons because I've been building him a special computer.
A special
A computer that's better than anybody else's computer in the office.
It's
Yeah.
good.
We might steal it by the time he gets here and give him something worse.
Who knows?
Can't promise anything.
Get here in time and
Yeah, get here quickly
Time
and you get a good
limited
computer. And speaking of good computers, we've been building a few computers lately for HitFilm and other projects. And part of something we're going to do is we are going to do a small series on our YouTube channel about building a really great editing computer on a budget, not wanting to break the bank, but what parts work really well. And to that end, we're doing some testing versus the sort of latest NVIDIA cards versus what we've just got in, Vega 64, to see in terms of running HitFilm, which one runs it better. So we'll have some exciting new content coming up.
Yes, indeed.
And another new
Good.
computer.
Woohoo!
Maybe Ollie should get it.
Yeah.
Kickstarter coming up at the end of this.
He said, building Ollie a computer. That's it.
Amitai Angle on Facebook says, "Hi Ollie, thank you for the email about my
Hey.
tutorials. I'm really happy to be a part of the community. I will try
you're
to
very
make some
welcome.
new ones. I've got a lot of ideas."
Sweet, sweet. Awesome.
So he
I'm
probably
looking forward to it.
sent-
Yeah, you probably sent something over. And
Not to brag, but talk about that.
cool. Yeah, I don't recognise your name. However, if you've sent me something over and I've responded, awesome. Do keep making
It's probably the
tutorials.
the
It would
Facebook
be- yeah,
YouTube
I'd-
name
I'd
thing
need
is
to
different,
see
isn't
the
it?
Yeah.
YouTube channel name for sure. But yeah, when you do make new stuff, send it back over to me so that I can check it out.
And we can push it out there.
And we can always give you some more advice on creating tutorials and promote any tutorials that you do make. So Yeah, keep sending them.
It's my favourite thing when people make tutorials with the software.
Yeah, it's good.
And reviews
like
as
it.
well. Review the software. Tell us what's good. Tell us what needs to change. Because we actually do watch all of them that we are sent, or we're actually searching for them all the time. So yeah, we will always be trying to make the software better. There's some cool stuff coming out in the not too distant future.
Oh,
But just review it, use it, tutorials, all that stuff. We're really interested in it.
Definitely.
Loads of you guys are asking technical support questions on here, so I'm just going to tell you right at the start and probably right at the end again. If you do have any technical questions that are about your hardware or maybe the software is giving you problems, do send them to our support team directly, because we can't answer all of them on here and I'd hate for you to be stuck. If you send it to fxhome.com/support, then we have a really talented customer support representative who will get back to you ASAP. And do include all of the information that you can in there.
Just squinting and reading some of them while we go.
For those of you who... so Mighty Quinn VR Realm says, I'm wanting to build a computer. Can you tell me if HitFilm works off GPUs or CPUs? And that's probably one for you.
Both. The CPU is used for some stuff, so simulating, and at the moment for decoding all of your video files and everything. Whereas the GPU is doing the color grading, compositing, 3D, shadows, lights and stuff like that. So you ideally want something pretty good on both sides. So you don't really need the top end of CPU. So you don't necessarily need an i7 or i9 or a Threadripper or something like that. But if you get a Ryzen or an i5, something like that, that kind of mid-high level, really good for gaming type CPU. That's going to be really great. You don't need 16 cores or anything like that. 6 or even 4, but especially 6 is like going to be absolutely fine there. Then when it comes to the GPU is more important to HitFilm. So you want to go with the best you can. At the moment, there's that real issue that everyone that's doing Bitcoin mining has taken all of the GPUs, so they've all gone up in price massively.
They have started coming down.
They have started coming down because there's also meant to be new ones on the horizon. Previously, we've recommended stuff like the 1070 or the 1070 Ti, and that's like a really, really fantastic card, but it's really expensive at the moment. Whether it's actually that much more powerful than for running HitFilm than like a 1060 Ti, that's what we're going to be looking into. The main thing is having a load of video memory. So if you can have a card that's got like 6 gigabytes of video memory or 8 gigabytes of video memory, that's going to be much better than having 2. It means we can leave more stuff on the card and not have to swap it around. And this is why we're going to be doing some research with the Vega graphics cards by AMD. Typically not as powerful as the NVIDIA equivalents when playing video games, but they have much faster memory on them, and 8 gigs of it on the Vega 64. So there's a good chance that even though slower at playing games, something like the Vega will be pretty much faster at using stuff like HitFilm. So stay tuned, but yeah, high-end GPU, but again doesn't need to be like the 1080 Ti or something like that, and the sort of medium high-end CPU, not like an i3 or the bottom Ryzen, kind of mid to high, and then you'll be sorted, and at least 16 gigs of RAM. Any computer now should have that much. SSDs are the biggest thing, or NVE drives like the M2 drives and everything that make just the hard disk access really, 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 really fast. That will always help.
Cool. ACG Scott says, hey HitFilm, I'm working on my editing skills when it comes to cinematic videos. Do you guys have a good effect in HitFilm Express that can give my footage a more cinematic feeling?
There's definitely some packs that have like cine style stuff in them, but I imagine HitFilm out of the box has a good array of stuff actually.
Yeah, like colour correction type stuff, and you know you can tweak around with a lot of the default color correction stuff to get the look you're after. It really depends on the specific look that you're after. You know,
there's going to be some changes here pretty soon in Express in that you'll be able to sample all of those packs that at the moment you have to go ahead and buy them if you want to use them. We're actually it's a little way away, maybe a month or so, but there will be the ability to use all the features that you can then get as add-ons in Express directly within Express. Do they just add a little watermark if you use them, so you can try them, and if you like them, you know what they'll look like, but you don't have to use them. It's just the same as it is now. There's no restrictions in not getting stuff, but yeah, we're going to make it easier for people to sample the different packs, the different filters, so you make sure that if you are going to spend, you know, $9.99, $19.99, you get exactly what you want rather than guessing.
Yeah. Coast to Coast Drone says this is kind of just a catch up for all of us HitFilm addicts. Lol. It is. I mean, we do usually have a theme for the live stream. So this one, in case you've just come on board, the theme for this one is VidCon. We did just go to it last week. We met up with a couple of you guys. If you do have questions about VidCon, do shoot them to us. But yeah, it's just kind of nice for us to get together once a month and talk.
And this area is kind of our. We're setting up the. Is there any way we can't really show it? The office is completely changed, and we've got a green screen which is currently behind the camera. We're looking at a green screen, so if we've got a green tinge, it's not that we're unwell. And then this area behind us here won't be this seat where it is. There's going to be a standing desk and an area for doing tutorials with permanent lighting set up. And then we have like some cool other views that we're going to be able to do through the office for doing standing stuff, to be able to do live streams more easily, Instagram more easily, Facebook more easily, and just be producing a lot more content. If only we had someone. No, we've said Gervais coming. Yeah,
we've already spoiled that now. You guys are sending so many messages.
Woo! Any questions about VidCon?
What's VidCon?
We learned a lot of stuff. Well, Josh, it's the world's largest video convention. Oh, God.
YouTube video convention.
Indeed. Is it not the last video one as well?
Well, no, I mean, no. NAB is massively bigger than VidCon.
And that's all video based?
Yeah, well, broadcast.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, VidCon. Woo!
But YouTube-wise.
It was really awesome. We met a couple of users, actually, while we were out there. A couple of you guys did just come over to us. One during our, a couple during our official meetup thingy that we held, and then later on in VidCon itself. So if you guys are watching, hey, it was good to meet you. Yeah, in the next one when we go again, we'll let you guys know so that you can plan and come and meet us and stuff, and we'll have another little HitFilm official meetup as well, which was good fun.
So Curtis Hustas, who's on Facebook, I have no idea whether I said your name wrong, I'm really sorry, says, will HitFilm ever have a subscription option so that we can always have an updated version? So what's interesting is that we don't have a subscription version, but we have a payment model which is all of the benefits of subscription without it necessarily being a subscription. So when you purchase HitFilm Pro, you get 12 months of updates included for free. So if you buy in November and we bring out an awesome feature in December, you get that for free as part of your software. And then when your 12 months expire, you still have access to the latest version of the software that you had within your 12 months. So we know that our users aren't particularly keen on subscription models, and so we took all of the bits that we think were best about that, and we put them into a payment model that hopefully works for people in a much
and it's fairer because we know you guys take time off from your filmmaking because a lot of you have schoolwork to do or college work to do. So with our system there isn't this whole sort of penalising you thing. You can have the software for a year, take a break of a year, then come back and then just have another year. But in that year, if you just want to dip into an old project or have a weekend of learning something, you're not having to resubscribe just to do that like you would have to with other products like the Creative Cloud, which I do love. But you have to keep that subscription up or you can't even open the file. So we think we have the fairest method of non-subscription with the benefits of always being up to date. And of course Express is just always up to date.
Yeah, Express is always up to date. Whenever a new thing comes out, that will be
so you just go and get the latest version and you're always good.
And if you open the software and there is an update, it will prompt you to download it. So yeah.
Hopefully Starlight Pictures on YouTube, that answers your same question. So is HitFilm Pro an annual subscription? So yeah, you buy a new version of HitFilm Pro. Of course, people who've had HitFilm Pro previously get a reduced upgrade price every 12 months.
Yeah, but it isn't a subscription. It doesn't switch off when you get to the end of that 12 months. You just stay on the version that was the last version in that 12-month period. So it's not a subscription in that if you're not paying, it switches off. You do buy it and you keep it and can use it forever.
Bolt Action Reloading says, can we know when the next patches are coming for Express? Wouldn't necessarily call it patches, but we are being more iterative than we've ever been before, and so HitFilm Express will have a new update in the next couple of weeks or so. We're averaging kind of an update a month at the moment, which is really, really good.
It's a bit more than we intend actually, so it will be all over the place. But this one's a really good one.
This one's a good one.
We can talk about it, can't we?
We can, yeah.
So yeah, one of the things that Express users and Pro users have said to us is the export screen and exporting in general is too complicated. So we've completely changed the workflow. So we still have an export screen, But the way you find the buttons when you're in the editor and stuff like that is all really, really easy. And then when you're in the export screen, if you just jump to that export screen, you don't need to, you can actually find all your comps and select them to export there. You create a queue, there's visual references like little frames of what everyone is. And while it's exporting, you get like a preview of what frame's exporting and what's going on. So if you export the wrong comp, you can immediately tell. All the presets have been reorganized to be easier to tell which are your custom presets and which ones are the ones that come with the software. And, you know, if you've got a powerful enough computer, while it's exporting, you can now jump back into the editor and carry on working. So the main features in the next update are all to do with exporting and making it easier, friendlier, better in all ways, and they've done a great job with that. And then after that, it will be some of the Express-specific stuff to do with you being able to use all the features inside the software, even if you haven't bought the add-ons because you want to demo them, and it just gives a little watermark, and that can easily be switched off. And it also means you, in an Express project, can follow any tutorial that we do for Pro, really. Unless there's a really, really particular Pro feature that we're using that isn't available in Express. Because you can use it as if you have all the add-ons, you can follow the Captain America one with the shield that we did recently in Express, which just means the tutorials are excellent for everyone now, rather than being limited to just Express or Pro. So yeah, there's loads of good stuff coming up. There's some excellent stuff coming up after that, but I couldn't possibly talk about it.
Oh, no, of course not. Shane Worth on Facebook, you say, have you ever thought of doing a panel at DragonCon in Atlanta? I will consider when you tell me what DragonCon is.
I've heard of DragonCon.
I've heard of DragonCon. This would be terrible if it's something really embarrassing now, Ollie. We know about DragonCon.
Do comment it in Facebook. I don't have the ability to Google right now, but I do want to know what it is, so let us know.
Me too.
Jack Brooks on YouTube says NAB or VidCon. Interesting that you choose those two, because I don't think that those are necessarily equal conventions, but it's one that we go to.
Yeah, so NAB, if you want to see technology that's coming out and be on the cutting edge of what's coming out into the broadcast industry, which isn't strictly speaking film only, because there's another one in LA for film only, but yeah, if you want to see a helicopter with a crazy gimbal attached to the front of it, see all the latest cameras coming out from Sony and Canon and people like that, or even want to see like the crazy kind of cables and stuff they use when they're doing antennas and stuff like that. NAB is amazing, it's huge, and it's very serious, very businessy, and they're trying to bring a bit more kind of YouTube and fun into it, but they find it hard. VidCon is completely different to that, so there's
lots of fun. Yeah,
there's not really, there's no announcements of filmmaking products, although there are announcements from YouTube and people like that.
There was an announcement this year from Instagram, for example, about IGTV, which is their new video part of their app. And we did have updates from Twitter and Twitch and pretty much, the apps that YouTubers use, they give their updates, but no hardware.
So if you want to look at lights and cameras and lenses, then NAB, but NAB is huge as well. VidCon's grown a lot, and it seems big for what it is. You know, it's, what, 25,000, 26,000 people?
Yeah.
Whereas NAB is like 5 or 6 times that in a space that's probably 20 times the size.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's
Yikes.
NAB is huge. It's not as big as CES, which I went to this year, which just blew my mind, which seemed about twice the size of NAB. But that is the biggest consumer show in the world, I think. So,
that's crazy. Vloganando, I have said your name.
That's a cool name.
Vloganando, exclamation mark, sorry, just in case.
You were meant to scream it, surely.
I'm sorry. I can't
One job.
Because you're doing an excellent job going through all these comments, I have to say.
Thank you so much, Job.
These guys are like jet lag. They just got back from VidCon, and we said, you can't have any time off, get in here and do some work.
No, we wanted to come in because we
They couldn't stay away. They missed me.
So Philip Wesson is back on the stream again.
Hey!
Live stream question, how are you all mic'd right now?
Ooh.
Badly.
That, and there's a mic sitting down here on the floor.
Is it MGM2 or something? Or have I gone with something else? But it's there's a Rode just sitting on the floor in front of us. We will do lab mics when we have Javert here. Oh, if only Javert is coming. It's going to be great. And he will help us be better.
Oh, Luke from Action VFX has jumped on the stream.
Action VFX,
hey,
Luke. I went for dinner with Luke.
He says NAB for the win. Well, that's because you're there.
And that's because we went to dinner there and we had a very nice meal with some other people that we know. It was great. very nice people. All the people at Action VFX are very nice, and they do great tutorials. I've been watching them. Sometimes it's for other products, I don't know, but yeah, they're actually really, really informative. Even if you watch the ones for After Effects or for Nuke, it's really interesting to see that they've got all these people. A lot of them really like young people, which is great as well, coming in and doing tutorials on how to use this software and how to get the best out of the stuff that they do, but also just the best out of those products when it comes to compositing. So I've been watching all of their tutorials, and I think they're doing a great job. So support Action VFX. Go there and look at their stuff, and their stuff just got like crazy cheap as well. Yeah. This is a random advert out of nowhere.
50% cheaper.
50% off everything.
Forever.
Forever.
They're just good people. So if you want stock, Action VFX.
Brick and Brock, that's a really cool name. Hello, I use HitFilm on my computer and was wondering, there are no good apps for video editing compositing on iPad. Could your next version of HitFilm be HitFilm Mobile?
Well, there's issues around this to do with the limitations of what kind of videos you can edit on an iPad. There's some nice apps. You know, Apple do one themselves to do simple editing. Adobe are even looking at this space, but again with a really, really simple type of product. So I think HitFilm, we're a really small team, and we kind of have our work cut out for us with what we're doing with HitFilm to be able to try and make anything like HitFilm on an iPad. The main issue is the interface would be really hard to use with a fat thumb. So, you know, we will always look at that space, but there's also, you know, we have to support the 20 people that we are, or 21, 22 people that we are, through selling a product. The main product that we sell is, you know, $300. We then have these add-ons for Express that they do sell as well, but they sell for $20. If you make an app, you sell it for like $1 or $2. So imagine how many you need to sell to be able to put the kind of effort into it that we put into HitFilm. It's millions and millions of copies for a completely new product. It's very hard for us to justify doing that because yeah, it would be such a huge effort, and it wouldn't be. It will never be as powerful. It might be as good because I don't think the powerfulness of the software constitutes how good it is. It's just, you know, how easy it is to use. But we could make a good product, but it wouldn't be as powerful, and we're kind of interested in the bringing the powerful features down to an audience that normally can't afford them at the moment.
Yeah.
Bringing the power.
Stephen Liver on Facebook says, "Hey guys, big fan of HitFilm. Thank you very much. I would like to ask you guys, how much does it cost for the color grading pack in HitFilm Express 2018? Well, not 2018, but HitFilm Express. So if you look on fxhome.com/store/HitFilm Express, you'll see everything there. But just for now, so it's $9.99. Well, $9.99.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great price. I'll have two.
For the colour starter pack.
I'm going.
And then there are other versions in there for depending on exactly.
Let me get my wallet.
It's a one set price, so it's not a monthly fee, so you don't need to worry about that.
Take my money.
So don't worry. Lyric says, "Is it bad I use your editing software for memes?" No, please continue.
No, do send them to us as well.
Yes, they will get banded
love
around the office with abandon.
Indeed they shall.
Luke says, "Thank you for dinner." Ollie, can you just check the sound? Just because like 3 or 4 people are saying it's quite low.
Well, we'd need to lift up the mic or something.
We can turn up the volume on the camera.
Or do that.
Should I go do that?
Okay.
Please do. Give it a
Sorry
go.
about my knees.
Sorry about my knees. So, Situ Mehta, I think. What are your future plans over YouTube and other platforms? So that's an interesting question. With regards to YouTube, so over the last 2 years, ever since we went to VidCon the first time, we've been really focusing on our YouTube strategy and looking after the algorithm and making sure that we do everything right. And we've brought our subscribers up from about 60,000 to about 180,000. So we're planning on kind of continuing with that strategy because the majority of people that actually find HitFilm do come from YouTube. They are finding us through the tutorials, and it's a great opportunity for us to have educational tutorials for the people who already know about HitFilm and want to learn more about it. So, you know, as always, our biggest platform that we concentrate on is YouTube. So subscribe, turn on that little bell full of notifications and tell your friends. With regards to other platforms we're focusing on, Josh's having an issue with the volume. I'm so sorry. So sorry!
No, don't speak loud. It's loud. It's very loud.
Sorry, okay.
Is it very...
Tell us if it's too loud.
It's, yeah.
Is it okay?
I think it's okay. Yeah, it's pretty spot on. It's not. It's just under the red, so
And then
We're fine.
with other platforms, so we did find out that Instagram is bringing out IGTV, so that gives us
Indeed.
the option to put on extra video, which we're really excited about. Twitter and Facebook we're on at the moment. We're trying to work out our strategies for those. At the moment, it seems like you guys just use them kind of to ask us questions, and it's not great for us for reaching out to other people, but hey, things might change. So yeah, when it comes to platforms, probably YouTube is you know, our main one at the moment.
YouTube is, yeah, a staple.
But if you exist on a different platform that we're not on, do let us know in the comments, and that could be something that we consider for the future.
Did you hear any,
Hey
anything more
HitFilm
about
says Second Cut, why are you not using your intro for your YouTube videos anymore? We found that a lot of people didn't like it, and also
I didn't like it.
we didn't like it.
Is that the holding screen?
No, that's the old.
Oh, okay.
It didn't go down.
No,
I know what you mean.
That was terrible. Don't quote me on that. It wasn't like that.
We're going to do that for the next intro.
But also, you know, everyone we talk to at YouTube recommends that you kind of get into the most important parts of your tutorial right away, within the first 10
to 50.
5 to 10 seconds.
There's a fly.
There's a fly. 5 to 10
And it's
seconds.
big.
And so, you know, that
It'll take
intro
my
was
time.
actually 7 seconds long and took up the majority of that time. So we decided to just whip it out and start talking instead. Stop it.
We might have some kind of little sting in the future with like the the FX Home or HitFilm logo. But if only we had someone here in house that could produce it. Javert is coming.
Every like 10 minutes.
Michael Knapp says, do you guys talk to Justice McCraney from Tomorrow's Filmmakers? If you don't, he recommends you. No, we haven't spoken to Justice.
Right, somebody write this down. There's nobody here.
Oh, nobody here but us. It's
We'll
okay.
get a
We'll have a
pen.
look.
Yeah,
back at
so we need to
comments.
we need to contact him because his name's great.
We will definitely contact him. Thank you for letting us
Ah,
know.
Ollie's going to email himself. No, he's going to take a photograph.
I was going to take a picture of him. I'll just write his name down. That'd be better, wouldn't it?
What was his name?
Justice McCraney.
Justice.
Actually, I do know Justice. I think.
Coralie says,
Justus.
Huh? We can look this up later, guys.
Sorry.
I have emailed him.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay, Justice McCraney. Anyway, la, la, la.
You can do this, Kirsty. You got this.
I did. I had someone's good question and then it disappeared.
Oh no.
It was our fault, Ollie.
Oh, Coralie says, why are you sitting so far away from each other? We do like each other, really. We're just, you know, it's a big sofa.
Buddy up.
Yeah. Kirsty moves in. Ollie just
stays
he's
where
like,
he is.
yeah.
That's fine. He needs the extra leg space.
We are trying to work out this studio area. Not this.
Yeah.
This is from our sort of team catch-up lunch area. This random chair, and I'm sure they wonder what we've done. But yeah, we are going to have some kind of like. We're probably going to stand.
Awesome setup.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do it with this.
No,
I'll
no,
have to
you're going to
work
have it
that
on
out.
Little
that
table.
table over there is going to be over here, and then you'll be like,
Oh.
hey guys.
Ah. I'll look super cool.
Always.
30126 Flyboy.
Flyboy.
says,
Catchy
wish
name.
everybody had your business model, a free version to learn before buying. Thank you very much. I mean, we.
You don't have to buy.
Yeah, you don't have to buy.
If you want that pro goodness, buy it. But if you don't, the free version's there for everyone to use, and they don't have to get any of the add-ons either. It's part of what we're about.
Yeah, that was the most important business decision that we really made. As soon as we had the resource and the ability, you know, without the business going under, to bring out a free version of the software, we did it because that's what we'd always wanted to do, wasn't it?
We had.
Yeah.
Kazzy's right. She speaks the truth. I've got to stop stamping on the floor right next to the microphone.
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
So our Tizzy Zibby, you've asked a lot of times, so I'm going to answer you. I noticed in my last editing project with Express that I can't keyframe the audio pan for each audio file. Is that something you can't do only in Express? You
Can't keyframe the
audio
pan. I would have thought you can keyframe the pan. That might be an audio effect. I'm not sure off the top of my head. But Ollie will look into it.
I will look into it, sure.
As with any technical questions, please do send them to our support team, which is fxhome.com/support.
It might be the balance effect, and I think the balance effect is inside Express.
But
I can
Axel
check.
will be able to tell
But you
you
can
that for
keyframe,
sure.
yeah, if it is an effect, you can keyframe it.
Yeah,
But Axel will know. Axel knows all.
it was.
Um,
Fountain of knowledge.
Shane Worth. Again, Shane, you're mentioning all these things that I'd never heard of. Have you ever seen the TV show Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell? If so, what do you think?
Oh,
of the
Shane
visual
had the
effects?
beach and superheroes. Any plans on future mini-movies?
Yes.
Ah. Yeah, that was old school. Me and Simon worked on that back in the day. Well, yeah, we do these kind of things all the time now. I think our like, you know, Assemble, and we've got the posters up now, so I can remember which ones we've done. Assemble, Westworld to Humour, yeah, all of those things. They're kind of like a glorified version of what we did back then anyway. We're hoping to do like loads more of those. We're trying to get some nice associations going with companies around here that are producing content. So they're doing it at a really high level without us having to go and do it ourselves, which is, you know, really takes up a lot of time. But yeah, it's something that we definitely want to do. We think the best examples of using the software are when you can like really get into some cool footage and see the results and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, like recently one of the tutorials we made was with stock footage, and the footage was like the key thing really, and, you know.
Oh yeah?
It helps a lot.
Busca Vidas on YouTube says, send me a greeting for the Spanish followers. We are already many.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I've just very quickly Google translated this, so maybe we could say this after 3.
I cannot. Oh.
Hola.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Hola,
muchos
mucho
gusto.
You gotta say it. Hola.
Oh no,
Muchos gusto.
that went terribly.
Like that.
What, yeah, what did
Nailed
you
it.
say yourself?
Hola. Muchos gusto.
There we go.
Nailed it. Guarantee it.
Yeah,
I
guarantee.
was on point. Spanish.
We've lost all of our Spanish
Yeah, we're
watchers
not
immediately.
Michael Knapp says, I'm buying a bunch of film stuff. Congratulations. Do you have any advice for a young filmmaker? Let's go with buying film stuff as the advice. What would you start with?
What would I start with? If I had nothing?
A good mic for good audio.
Yeah,
Good video
audio's-
is nothing without good
Yeah,
audio.
mic helps for sure.
So yeah, there's loads of stuff that if I was just sort of getting into it, you know, if you've got a really amazing smartphone, then you've probably got a pretty good camera anyway. So like iPhones and stuff have really good cameras in them. But if not, digital SLR, you know, I like Canon, but you know, there are other varieties. Because then you can stick a couple of different lenses on and that gives you a load of power, and some of those lenses are only sort of $50, $60. Then yeah, that and the microphone. The microphone's the other big deal. Being able to actually capture audio that's clean and clear will make everything feel more professional. I guess then a reflector if you haven't got much budget, or a light if you have. And then it's really down to, you know, with that amount of kit, you can produce pretty much 99% of any videos and films ever made. Then it's your software, and something really cool that we've been playing with lately, although it's not currently in HitFilm, but the interesting thing to you can use it with HitFilm, but it's not inside HitFilm. It's a thing called Filmstro. So the big part of, you know, I'm not a professional filmmaker. I hang around with them, but I am not one, and that's very clear whenever I make anything. And one of the biggest problems I have is music. So you normally can find audio sound effects and kind of string, you know, a punch noise when someone's punching, or a gun noise when a gun's being shot, and kind of get somewhere quite nice with that. Then you suddenly look at music and you're like, what do I do? And you go and like get something that's really cheesy and free and it's awful, or you go and look at the bit that you really want and it's $300. With Filmstro is this really awesome piece of software and a great idea where with just 3 sliders you get to control the entire sort of feel of the music that you're using. So were you guys here when they came in?
No, we
These guys came and visited us
VidCon
last week, and they did a really great demo.
Oh,
So
no,
they
I
had
couldn't have
had this trailer for like a war movie. It was an actual movie, and what you can do is you can sling on a piece of music you like the feel of, something kind of like actiony but like epic, and then with these 3 sliders you can tone it down. So like in the sort of like intimate quiet moments when they're not being shelled, there's 2 soldiers talking about what they're missing back home, and then you swing up one of the big more dramatic sliders and suddenly all the bombs are coming in, and it feels like you're scoring actual music, because behind the scenes it's doing all sorts of really clever stuff. And then you can just export that audio file and put it with your movie. But equally, you can then just change that out, and they just changed it out, and it kept all those settings they had put in, and it made it feel like a comedy trailer. You know, so it's really, really clever. It's a good deal. They're a company that we get on really well with, and I know Ryan Connolly does it, Film Right, and actually even Action VFX have done something with them recently. So yeah, check out Filmstro if you've ever got music to do, because it's just because you're good with visual stuff doesn't mean you're good with audio stuff, and it probably definitely means you're not good with music stuff. So going and using something like that until you can afford a composer on your work, I think is really good, and it's something that we're going to do a lot of in the future.
Yeah. Cool. So we've got like 15-20 minutes for the rest of the live stream, so keep those questions coming. MWOG says the poster behind you is because there are movies that use your software. Interesting question.
Yeah, I'm going to shut up after this question for a bit, but basically around our offices we've got like 35 posters, and they are either the onboardings that are like the ones that we've done. So Ollie is starring up in a poster over my shoulder here for Assemble.
That's good.
And so we do posters that we make ourselves. And then you've got things like Solo and Annabelle here. So users of HitFilm or users of our software have, well, one of them actually went on to work in loads of stuff in Solo. In fact, a couple of our users worked on Solo and all the new Star Wars movies. Then Annabelle over here, actually we probably aren't allowed to say the person related to Annabelle that is a user of our software,
no,
but someone who's very involved in the whole Annabelle series is a user of our software, which is fantastic. And then we have other films that we know have used it, so we've got Salt and The Hangover, Wonder Woman, so they all have some kind of association with either our software now, software we created was used in them, like it was in The Hangover and in Salt, or that users of HitFilm have gone on to make them, like Wonder Woman and the Star Wars movies and stuff like that. So yeah, they're Kingsman, there's all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, we just have loads of posters around that's anything associated with the world of HitFilm and the amazing people that come and use it and then go on to do great things. So I'll shut up now.
Ethan's Tech World says, does the sci-fi pack make it easier to do lightsaber effects? I'm making a Star Wars short. Interestingly, we actually don't call the Express pack the sci-fi pack anymore, but we do have the VFX Neon Lights pack, which allows you to have 2-point auto and 4-point for your light swords as well.
But these are, the light swords are already in the latest version of Express. These are just better versions because they do like prettier glows. But you don't need them. If you're going to go and make a lightsaber movie, you don't need to get anything. Just go and get Express and you're done.
Yeah, and also if you're doing that, check out the, it is the latest tutorial that we did.
Last week's
one, because Javert went into creating really cool clashes. So you know we've got a few tutorials, and other people have made tutorials on making the lightsabers inside HitFilm, but to make them kind of realistic and like the latest Star Wars films, Javert's latest tutorial went into the clashes specifically, so adding lens flares and sparks and stuff like that. He did it using add-ons or the effects that would come with Pro or the add-ons, but he also talked about how you could do it without any add-ons or without Pro, just inside the basic version of HitFilm Express. So definitely go and check it out.
Yeah, you don't need it. I mean, Express is, as a lightsaber tool, better than the original software that I used to make, which its only function was to do lightsabers. Express, for free, with all the stuff in it, is immeasurably better than that. And I think, just give it a go with that before buying any of the add-ons, because you're only going to get a better version of what you do without the add-ons if you buy the add-ons. So definitely just try the normal version first.
Oliver Bernal, you've asked us a couple of times, so I'll answer you as well. HitFilm Express crashes whenever I try to use most features. So if this is most likely an issue with your hardware, it may not be up to scratch, but I would ask you to go to fxhome.com/support, because Axel's there as our customer support representative, and he'll get back to you ASAP with an actual answer, because I don't know what your hardware setup or what your project's like on here.
Check your graphics card and make sure you've got the most recent drivers and that your graphics card is up to spec for HitFilm. That's the most likely cause.
Philip Weston says, any plans about HitFilm swag? So you guys may have seen on our Instagram, we got specially made HitFilm t-shirts and HitFilm bags and little pins actually as well that we took to kind of stand out from the rest of the crowd. But it is something that we're considering doing.
I've seen on Philip's Facebook. I see the stuff his company does. His company does they just have cool stuff that they make relative to their company, like big things, not like So I'm just a bit jealous of the stuff that they make.
A lot of you have been asking for HitFilm t-shirts, and that's something that we're hoping on potentially doing kind of an exclusive small number of t-shirts out in the next couple of months. So keep an eye on all of our channels. We will certainly let you know. Well, you know, we're going to try it.
Damn.
We will certainly let you know if that does become a thing, because we know a load of you are interested. No, you don't get one. You have to pay for it.
I feel like I already have.
Michael Knapp says, when you contact Justice, tell him the World Church sent you. But you've already contacted him.
Cool. Yes, now I can talk to him again.
Hello, Daxio. What should I do if my friend does not want to go out for a beer?
Go without him. There's many people in the world. You might meet a nice, interesting, amazing person while you're out there having that beer by yourself.
Wow.
Don't let him hold you back.
That was incredibly inspirational.
I know, because all of my friends are... No. Are drunks. No.
Gaggypreet Singh says, there are some sites giving pirated versions of HitFilm Pro. Do you have some plan to stop them? Ideally, we would love to be able to stop people who are giving the software away for free, because we do have a free version and we're very proud of it. With regards to pirated versions, the only... By HitFilm University? The only
we mentioned
option...
HitFilm University earlier, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
He's been here and he's gone.
And we met him.
The only option that we do have to take things down is if it's on YouTube. YouTube is a platform, and you can send them notes to say, you know, these people shouldn't be giving out the pro version for free, so they will take them down for you. But websites, unfortunately, we don't have much control over those.
No, I think, you know, with the pro version that constantly gets updated, and that we just try and make it the best deal that we can possibly make it. Some people that steal software, they are always going to steal software. You're not going to convert them into being a paying person. We build the software for the people that pay into being part of it. But you can't do much to stop people. And the problem is, if you try too hard, you might make it worse for the people that actually have paid, because there'll be like a million different passwords or a login every time. We don't want to do that. We've got loads of great legitimate users that pay and upgrade and use the software, and that's the most important thing to us.
Cool. I'm going to move forward a bit. Somebody's left an amazing comment. Tuning in late, you guys need better mic setup. Kind of noisy, K is barely audible, Mr. Hairy Knees sounds normal.
Yeah. It might be because that fan is going over there.
It might be.
We should maybe switch the fan on.
I will try and speak a little bit louder for
Mr.
you,
Hairy
Bad
Knees,
Wolf
that's
Mike.
my new name, guys.
Yeah. So they got him.
So ToastBrot97 says, will there be a t-shirt express that you can get for free? So with regards to merch, it's probably not something we will be able to do for free, just because there are a lot of costs incurred by kind of
We
printing
can do a competition
and
to
sending
give away some, though.
Yeah, we will certainly do competitions, but just giving them away for free
Hairy
probably isn't going to be something that we do.
Someone said that you should do a HitFilm image editor.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, what an interesting thing that they said.
Yeah. Who knows? That would be a great product.
Sounds like a cool idea.
That would be a really excellent product for someone to have been working on for a couple of years.
Wesker Rezo says, in the next version of HitFilm, can you add a 3D camera tracker? These guys respond.
I can't possibly comment.
No, we can't comment on that, I'm afraid.
It won't be. It's a really complicated thing, and it is something that we would like to do.
That was messing up the audio.
But it's something that we would love to do. We want it in there as well. Mocha does provide some functionality towards this in HitFilm Pro, but we would like more stuff there. So we are always looking into the best options.
Cool.
Ta-da.
So...
That sounds like the beginning of Jurassic Park.
Tedinator01 says, Assemble was fantastic. Ollie should be up for an Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah, nailed it.
That being said,
he's not part of the Actors Union.
No.
He can't go.
That being said, will there be a craft tutorial for how to make some of the props that we used? So,
Let me get my Stanley knife.
That would have been a good
so
Interesting.
Josh spent about a day making all of the props out of cardboard. We are hoping to do a tutorial both on, this shoot went really wrong for us in a lot of ways. It was a very difficult shoot to get started and finished.
All the bits in between.
We had issues.
Sorry if you can hear
there
that.
are people screaming outside of our office.
Have we just won
That's
at
fine.
football or something?
Oh, we might have won at a football game. Sorry, we must have looked
I'll
really
just check
terrified
online,
then. So we will be doing a tutorial about, we had third parties drop out, we had post not happen. It was just crazy. So we're hoping to do a tutorial on that, and we would also have a props tutorial like mixed in amongst that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Michael,
we need to be able to do more behind the scenes.
It was good fun making the props as well. It was really good fun.
And
So
we would love to be able to do more. If only we had someone here that could film stuff and make great videos.
Oh,
Where is going?
He's in the comments as well.
So,
every time.
Michael Knapp says, how do you guys build a full-pledged film set? It really depends on what kind of set that you're looking to make. We had an old video that we did a while ago before I even joined called Fracture, where I believe you created an entire space station set.
Oh, well, we built a set, but we built it like a house, which meant it was very permanent and very solid, which was the wrong way to do it. If what we'll try and do here, again, if only we had Javert here, is when we work with the guys over at Ember Films, which I would really go and check out their stuff. So we're going to try and get some more behind the scenes with them when they're doing things. So they have a studio. It's not massive. We would love it. I mean, it's massive compared to anything we have, but it's, as studios go, it's very small. But their team are able to create, the inside of a medieval castle, a field with mice running around, the inside of a helicopter. They create all of it there, and they create it really, really quickly. And when you actually look at it, it's like, it's only from the angles that the camera's going to see it that it looks like what it's going to be.
Yeah.
The rest of them, it's like it's sellotape and glue tack. But I think what we'll try and do is maybe as an episode in the future, if only we had Javert here, we'll send him off and say, Javert, go and film these guys making one of their sets, and we'll get the lowdown on it, the feedback. That would be really cool, because they'll be able to. You'll get far more from that than if we say how we do it. But we'll do prop making stuff for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you go to the Rebellion page that we have on our website, which I believe is just fxhome.com/express/rebellion, and you go down to the bottom. Yeah, only that. We have a BTS video, which I know that we shot it initially in a really cool bunker, but there were loads of little bits that we added, like lights and these really terrible plastic shapes that we just literally stuck on the walls. But once you light it correctly, it actually looked really convincing. So I'd advise you to watch the BTS on that, because that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Could you guys do a Portal tutorial? Again,
we have.
We've already done that.
Yeah.
If you take a look at our YouTube
Portal
channel
Combat.
a while ago, which we have the poster for over there, which you can't see, but we did this together with Film Riot. So either go on our channel or Film Riot's channel and type in Portal Combat, or just do that on the Google search, because it's the second biggest search engine in the world. I don't know why I didn't say that initially.
The Google search is the second biggest.
YouTube search. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say Google is the biggest.
Google is the biggest. Yeah, then you'll find the tutorial on there.
Yes.
I need a hit film club in my college.
Red alert! Hello.
But he needs a hit film club in his college.
That's amazing.
You should write to us. Tell us about it. Do you have lots of people using it, or even a few? Do you want some copies of Pro for that club? If any of you are going to go and run clubs in your school and teach other people how to make videos, it's not specific to HitFilm, but if you use HitFilm as part of a video club or anything like that, a filmmaking club, talk to us and we'll try and do our best to support you. It's not like we can send you free cameras and stuff. I wish we could, but we can support you with software, add-ons for Express, or a copy of Pro for a bunch of you to use, or something like that. We really would love to see people doing stuff and send us videos that you make.
Where in the world are you? Are you in the UK or in the US?
Yeah, you can send us
videos
and images of the club and you guys using it and stuff. That'd be great.
Oh, Devon Supertramp. Someone's saying should be. So we went to a bunch of stuff of Devon Supertramps when we were at VidCon a couple of years back. Yeah. He is amazing. He's super prolific and super nice. So awesome. We would love to work with him, but he probably is a little bit out of our league. Yeah. He works with some really big brands now.
It's like dating in a way.
Well, we probably couldn't afford him, and if he can go and get a deal with Samsung or Ford or something. I know he did Ford adverts and stuff where they are able to, and his stuff is getting pretty big budget now. But yeah, if they can pay him $250,000, $500,000 to go and have budget to crew something and go and make something, we can't quite compete with that.
No.
But if he was wanting to do something a bit lower end, in terms of budget, we would we would pull his arms off to do that, and then he wouldn't be able to make it, and that would be awful. So we would just do it with him instead.
That sounds better.
Yeah, let's not pull his arms off.
Let's not do that.
It's like a vague threat that's
Like
going to be sent through to
tools.
Devon Supertron now. Why does this guy want to pull my arms?
Just that snippet.
Michael James from Facebook. Hey, FX Home. Hey, Michael James.
Hello.
It's getting really hot in here without
It's
his fan on.
really
Yeah,
hot. What we
The
do
UK
for you
is
guys.
uncharacteristically hot.
Jeez.
Yeah,
You've
it's
been in
very
LA
hot
and
at
it
the
still
moment.
feels hot,
It
right?
feels
I
hotter
think it was.
here
It is hotter here than it
than
was,
it was
in
in
LA.
LA, which is ridiculous.
It's
Newport
frankly
Nerfer
absurd.
113 says, "How do we send you stuff?" Well, we have a email address specifically for that. If you send things to nottobragbut,
This is a really
Yeah,
complicated
it is
email.
complicated.
HitFilm.com.
You write it out in the comments as well if you've not done it already, because I think it,
not
What
There you
happens
go.
if you send
Kirsty's
like,
right.
marketing at hitfilm.com?
I don't know. Is that
nothing.
an
We
email
don't
address?
have that yet.
There we go.
Info.
Kirsty has just shared the email address in the comments, so if you send it there, it will come straight through to us.
And if it's something really interesting, you can send it to Josh at fxhome.com and I'll just forward it on to them. My email address is really easy.
Yeah.
But your inbox is
Or do
heaving.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it might take 4 or 5 months to get it to them, but like, I will do it.
Yeah.
And the emails have begun.
Yeah.
Wesker Rizzo says, "HitFilm forever. I will change the future of filmmaking with HitFilm.
You can do
Yeah.
it.
You do it.
We believe in you."
We are behind you in that. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
And send us your stuff, because we want to see you changing the world.
Lucas Scott says, "If someone was close enough to you guys, like myself, is there any chance in the near future to shadow and watch you guys on set to learn, as I'm like 30 minutes away?" Well, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you can always send us a message. We aren't on set a huge amount because we are primarily a software company, and we just do the short films in order to kind of focus in new versions of the software. But
How old is Lucas? Can you say? Can you tell us how old you are, or like,
That's the first one. Yeah.
are you over 16, for instance? You don't have to say your exact age, because we might be able to work something out with people that are close to us, but unfortunately, because we're a company, if you're young, it's hard for us to do that because we won't have all the required clearance to be able to do that. But if you're like able to, if you're 16 or over, then it wouldn't be a problem.
mm-hmm,
It's not to say if you're like 14 we couldn't do it, it's just it's harder.
indeed. Michael Knapp says, "Could you guys do a Doctor Strange portal magic tutorial?"
If only
The last Doctor Strange tutorial that we did was, I can't recall the word for his, what's it called? The thing that he
Well, we
creates.
didn't do it, did we? Oh, we did. We got Javert to do it on
Yeah,
ours.
it was a guest tutorial, wasn't it?
What was
Yeah.
it? We've done a Doctor Strange tutorial in the past, and it
Yeah.
was really, really popular. So, when Javert comes over, we will definitely be looking into doing more kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out. Subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, because otherwise you won't be told about it.
And type in HitFilm Doctor Strange effect, because that tutorial will still have. It's a bit old now, but it's got
he's old enough.
a lot of relevant stuff
He makes music
you
videos.
can check out. So
32, and you make music videos. Send us your music videos. We'd like to see them. We want to do an onboarding type thing, one of these assemble type things about music videos one day. So yeah, send us your stuff, and
check it out.
yeah, where are you? That's only half an hour from us.
Probably.
That's a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
places.
That's a lot of places.
That's going to be a wild stab in the dark.
Okay, guys, we have got about 5 minutes left until we got to go. So, I'm going through your questions as quickly as I can. Send
Why
them in
so
as much as
soon?
you can. Patrick
Time flies
Saint
when you're
just
having fun.
says, "Does the Pro version come with the 3D model render pack?" Actually, the Pro version comes with everything.
Yeah, all the packs
Absolutely
and
everything.
more.
And
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
So,
The Pro version will always have everything in it.
It'll have more than everything that you can get on Express. So yeah,
indeed.
it's a good one. And you can try out the demo of Pro if you want to see what it can do. The only thing you can't do with the Pro demo is actually export what you've done. So you can do everything and try out all the features absolutely for free.
Yep.
So do it.
Mighty Quinn VR Realm says, "Have you guys tried green screen with tracking markers? You'd like to have the camera move with green screen CGI backdrops." Interestingly, if you go again onto the BTS of our recent Halo jump shoot, you will see Javert talking about the tracking markers that we kind of paste up at Ember Studios green screen, and kind of tells you why.
We've done
we
a
use
bunch of different stuff here.
But that's the first we show
yeah,
you,
so
really.
yeah. Yes, we have. And we will do more.
YV LaRock says, hello from Madagascar.
Hello.
Madagascar?
Hi.
Really?
Yeah,
We have a person here who has visited Madagascar many times, and sadly will be leaving us. But happily for him, he's going back to Madagascar to do work there because he loves it so much. So even though he loves it here, Madagascar has just won his heart, and it's his favourite place in the world. And he'll be leaving us to go back there sometime towards the end of the year. We'll get him back for a bit, no doubt. But like he absolutely loves it, and so he takes so many photos. It's unbelievable. He loves the place. So
Good
yeah.
photos.
Hi from Madagascar. That's amazing.
No way.
Yeah.
Madagascar.
High Speed Kiwi Studios.
You've got the talking
Wow.
lines.
You paid £3,000 for After Effects and ditched it for HitFilm Express. Well, thank you very
Wow.
much. That's quite a compliment.
Hi.
I hope you got your money back. Me, I can't even read this. I haven't got my glasses on.
And I'm just too far away, so I'm looking at it, can't see it.
Yeah.
Joshua
Good
Lovett
stuff.
says, have you considered putting team projects in Express and Pro? That's something that, we are aware
Like a
of.
collaborative
And
thing,
I
yeah.
believe maybe on,
Well, it's really hard to know
Yes.
what the best way to do it is because
Yeah.
it's very hard for our level of users that maybe don't have the infrastructure of like if you're running Avid and everything, you might be a part of a massive studio structure and everything. So for our users, what would be the best way to do that synchronization? It'd be very hard to probably run something like the synchronization for people. Our users tend to be far apart rather than close together, so you would have to do some kind of cloud-based thing. And if you're doing a cloud-based thing, there would definitely have to be some kind of subscription-based thing. We're not doing anything subscription at the moment. It is something that's on the horizon of stuff that we're doing, but at the moment we have hundreds of other things that we're working on.
the longest list you've ever
But yeah,
seen.
I would like it because between the people here in the office, it would be a useful feature. It's a good feature.
Yeah.
Hello from France.
Woohoo! Hello, France.
Please do tell us where you're watching from because it's really interesting. We have had a multitude of developers in the company from France, and we have one right now. He's probably in the other room. Cedric, you see him on the HitFilm forums. But yeah, France, our nearest neighbour. Lowestoft.
Yeah, that's
No
close.
way.
Oh, my girlfriend's mum lives in Lowestoft. There you go.
So we've got
Close.
Boston, we've got the UK, we've got Sweden.
Boston, Massachusetts. I love Boston.
Nice.
It's pretty much in my
Florida.
top 2 or 3 cities in the United States.
Los Angeles, Germany, Maine.
Wow.
Damn, you guys are all
Germany,
over the
sorry about the
place.
football. That's coming from...
Don't mention the football, man.
No, it's terrible. Like we
I heard
were
that.
speaking to some associates in Germany, and they were saying how like they're being very nice about our football team, which never happens because as far as I'm not a big football person, but yeah, we don't do well. And Germany is obviously better at football than us, and it didn't work out for them. So if you're from the UK and I've just say Germany is obviously better at football than us, I am sorry, but historically speaking and statistically speaking, they are.
Yeah. We've got San Diego, Atlanta, England, Indiana, Germany, Boston, Mass, Orlando, Israel,
Wow.
Kansas City, Germany, Hawaii,
That's cool
Washington
to see.
State. That's
Hawaii, wow.
really cool, guys.
That's
Denmark,
Nice.
Philippines, Mars. Nice.
when
Wow.
India, Seattle.
Oh, I really want to go to Seattle.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Actually, I'd really like to go to India as well. A friend of ours from Ember Films has just been taking photos at the Taj Mahal, hasn't he? And it's like it looks like unreal.
Yeah.
Like it must be like a dream or rendered because it just looks like the most amazing place.
Indeed. The North
Tallahassee.
Pole. Are you serious when you say the North Pole? No, I don't think.
Lots of Floridians.
I wish there was someone from the North Pole.
Cool. That's
Okay,
awesome.
so
We should do this every time we do a live stream.
if two of
ask
you guys
people-
are finding that you're in the same place, then maybe you should be talking and doing some projects together.
Yeah, collaborate.
Isle of Wight. I've been to the Isle of Wight, not for
I've
many
been
years.
to the
Yeah.
Isle of Wight.
Watching it in North Korea.
I'm sailing there.
Hello from
Pluto.
Pluto.
Come on, guys.
Okay, guys, we're going to
Wait a
answer one
minute.
more question.
One more
and then We're
question?
going to have to go offline, I'm afraid.
Why did you name it Hit Film? Because we're terrible at it.
AVFX, it's so fun being part of the community. Ollie, thank you for the email about his tutorials again. You've been talking to everybody, boy.
Oh, where? You're welcome.
Um,
Yeah, send me emails.
let's have
All
a
the
look on
time.
Facebook.
Are they just? Yeah, I've been
Oh, what's-
thinking
did you
about
watch
this.
Ballistic?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
No, me neither.
What is it? Is it Discord?
This laptop is getting really
Discord?
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was using a piece of software the other day.
I use Discord a lot. It's good.
don't know what it was. Might have been Unity.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been something else. And it was like, oh, go. No, it was. I was using Udemy.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, go on the Discord and do stuff. Yeah, I was doing a tutorial. And it said, go on the Discord and discuss things. And I was like, the HitFilm community should probably have.
We should set up an official one.
Yeah, we should set up an official
we
Discord
have,
for just
yeah,
people to be
thought
chatting about
about it.
stuff. And for people, if only Javert was here. He's coming!
Yeah.
Could be on it. And when his tutorials come out around YouTube, he could always be on there for an hour or something and talking about things.
Easy to set up.
Philip says, yes, please.
Cool.
Done.
Yeah, let's talk about that and
Cool.
put something in because
Yeah.
the community is really important to us, but we want to do whatever we can to foster it and make it bigger and better and more fun for you guys and more useful to you guys.
Discord would, be a great place for people to chat to each other really easily. Really
Yeah.
easily. Simple. Cool.
Javert, the HitFilm saviour. I was about to call him Javert then. What's going on? We haven't yet watched the film Right Ballistic because we've been in LA, but we are going to be watching it tomorrow, probably all together as a group.
I'm going to watch it
we love
pretty much
Riot.
as soon as I get off here because I was talking to Ryan about it and I can't quite believe he's got it all together. That's amazing. He's got it done. We were talking when the trailer came out and Ryan was saying he had it all in place because there's a lot of work that's gone into that. Ryan has been... Well, Ryan's amazing. So him and his team have done a great job with the trailer, and I can't wait to see it. If it hadn't been that I've been working all day, I would have watched it already. I'm very excited to see it.
All right. Oh, let's do one more. One more question.
What we got?
Gamer Guy
Quick
Rocksmith, please make a Darksaber tutorial so other people can make it. I made a Darksaber, but I can't make tutorials because I made the saber at school. What exactly is a dark saber?
I'm not sure what
a saber in the dark?
Google it.
Or a darker saber?
Quick, dark saber.
Google knows.
Dark saber.
Oh, it looks like a...
Oh, is it a
Like a
black
little
saber
black
like
hole.
in The Force Unleashed? You can have a black saber, I think.
It's like a little black hole
Well,
type thing.
you know what? We will add that to our list of tutorials. As kind of we get further into the year and we have more people coming on board.
Brush feature. We'll look into the brush feature. Yeah, I see the sad face. Brush feature would be good, but the implementation that typically is in other products, for instance After Effects, is not pretty. So we will look into it. But yeah, it's not an easy one with how the product works.
It's not the same as the Darksaber one.
No, that was just
No,
I saw this fella.
Okay.
Oh, I can't read it now.
But the Darksaber thing, we will certainly add to our list of tutorial ideas, and we know that people love lightsaber stuff, so we will certainly see about getting that through to that with you.
Cool.
All right. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to go. I'm afraid I need to go to bed because I am very jet lagged, and we'll wrap this up. Thank you very much for coming on board.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll probably try and do more stuff on Instagram before too long. If only Javert was here. He's coming! We know. And once we've got the studio set up done, we might do another office tour kind of thing because it's very different now. And there may be some new people starting before too long. Who knows? As we move forward into the next stage.
Ooh. Thank you to everybody who stayed up. I'm seeing a couple of you were up to 1 a.m. just to
1
watch this,
a.m.?
so
Wow.
thank you very much.
Go to bed!
Good job.
Go to bed. Get some.
Z's.
Goodbye, Ollie.
Goodbye.
Everyone say bye. Bye, Ollie.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one.
It's only 6 p.m. here, so we're not too bad. But
Right.
all right. Official goodbye.
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 Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, I better actually.
Thank you for being awesome.
Bye, guys.
Just dropping loads of hints.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
This guy.
Bye.
This guy.
Goodbye.